Hello, welcome once again to the Shareability online class, and in our self-study lesson today we shall be looking at the human digestive system, which refers to the process by which food is broken into simple forms that can be absorbed in the blood system. The digestion system is a group of parts which work together to digest food in the body. The alimentary canal or the digestive gut is the tube in the body of animals in which food moves by a process called peristalsis. The alimentary canal is a muscular tube that runs from the mouth to the anus, and it includes parts like the mouth, the gullet, appendix, rectum, pancreas, liver, appendix, rectum, the pancreas, among others. In the diagram, there is an illustration of the human digestive system with parts like the liver, the stomach, the pancreas, the transverse colon, and others. Uses of some parts of the digestive system. Parts like the mouth is where food, or it is where digestion begins. Food is broken into smaller forms. Food is mixed with saliva to make it soft for easy swallowing. Saliva is a digestive juice produced by the salivary glands in the mouth. It has an enzyme called the salivary amylase or ptyalin. Ptyalin breaks down food or starch into maltose. It also has mucus which lubricates the food, which enables swallowing. We have the tongue, which rolls food into a bolus form, which can be easily swallowed into the gut. It is used for tasting and pushes the food into the gullet. The gut or esophagus leads food from the mouth to the stomach. Food is passed through the gullet by the process called peristalsis. The diagram illustrates how peristalsis works, or how it goes on, and how food is pushed through the gullet. We have another part which is the epiglottis. It prevents food from entering into the windpipe, or it prevents choking. We have the stomach, which keeps food for 1 to 4 hours depending on the type of food. The stomach walls produce the gastric juice and hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid kills most of the germs brought by the food into the stomach. And the gastric juice enzymes that start the digestion of proteins. An illustration of how the epiglottis works in the digestive system. When food is swallowed, that the epiglottis moves down to cover that space indicated by the blue arrows, the blue dove arrows, then allows or prevents food from entering into the larynx or the windpipe. We have the duodenum, which is the section of the first section of the small intestines. It receives bile juice and pancreatic juice through the pancreatic duct. We have the liver, which produces the bile or the bile juice. We have the gallbladder. It stores the bile juice. The bile has salts that breaks fats for easy digestion. We have the pancreas, which produces the pancreatic juice. The pancreatic juice has enzymes that complete the digestion of carbohydrates and proteins and fats. The small intestines, it is the second part of the intestines. It is where the digestion of food ends. It is where the absorption of food takes place. Those are some of the importances of some of the parts of the digestion system. Then we have what we call the absorption. Absorption is a process by which food, which is digested food, is taken into the bloodstream. The ileum has finger-like projection called the villi. The villi absorbs food. The walls of the ileum produce a juice called the intestinal juice that completes the digestion of food. How the small intestine is adapted to its function, or how is it able to perform its functions. It has a large surface area made of villi and microvilli. It has a lot of blood capillaries which allow the transportation of blood molecules all over the body. The large intestines or the colon, it is where water and mineral salts are absorbed into the body. Then we have what we call the rectum. a very important part of the digestive system which keeps undigested waste materials before they are passed out through the anus. And the anus passes out the undigested materials, and it is the end of the large intestine or the end of the digestive system. Components of feces or components of waste materials that are passed out through the anus include water, dead cells, roughage, and bacteria. Disorders and diseases of the digestive systems. A disorder is a complication or problem that can make the alimentary canal fail to function well. They include constipation. It is when the undigested matter stays in the rectum for too long. Causes of this is due to lack of roughage in the diet, drinking little or no water, lack of physical or enough exercises. How to prevent constipation? Somebody should eat fruits and vegetables, e.g. mangoes and apples, doing plenty of physical exercises, drinking water before and after eating food, eating a balanced diet. We have another complication or another disorder, which is indigestion. It occurs when the food we eat is not properly digested. Causes of indigestion include improper chewing of food and overeating, among others. Symptoms of indigestion include stomach ache, heartburns, tiredness, or fatigue. How can we prevent indigestion? By chewing food properly before swallowing, drinking enough water before and after eating food. Another disorder is vomiting, which is a disorder caused by eating poisonous food or overeating. It can also be caused due to some diseases, e.g. malaria and ulcers, among others. Diseases of the digestive system include the appendicitis. The appendicitis is an inflammation of the appendix. It is caused by a bacteria that enters the appendix, and it leads to swelling of the appendix. It causes too much pain in the lower right side of the abdomen and can be treated by cutting it off. Another disease of the digestive system is cholera, which is caused by a bacteria and spread by houseflies and cockroaches. It is also spread by drinking contaminated water, drinking contaminated water and eating contaminated food. Symptoms of cholera include pain around the stomach. How can we control cholera? Boiling drinking water before drinking it, killing houseflies by spraying or preventing or destroying their breeding places, washing hands before eating or serving food, among others. We have another disease, which is typhoid. It is caused by a bacteria and spread by houseflies. Typhoid can be spread by drinking uncontaminated water and eating dirty food or contaminated food. Signs of typhoid include diarrhea. Symptoms of typhoid are headache, fever. Prevention of typhoid: boiling water for drinking, spraying insecticides to kill houseflies, washing hands before eating food, washing hands after visiting latrines, and properly disposing of rubbish and waste. Dysentery is another disease of the digestive system, which is the frequent passing out of watery stool with blood stains. We have amoebic dysentery and bacillary dysentery. Amoebic dysentery is caused by amoeba, and then bacillary dysentery is caused by a bacteria. Spread of dysentery: it is spread through drinking contaminated water and food. Houseflies carry germs onto the food and then our hands. Control of dysentery by boiling water, washing hands before eating, after visiting, washing hands before eating and after visiting toilets. Dangers of dysentery: it leads to dehydration and leads to anemia, which eventually leads to death. We can also look at another digestive disease, which is peptic ulcers, which are wounds formed on the stomach linings or the walls of the small intestines. They cause a lot of pain, especially when one is hungry. They cause some inflammations. You feel like a burning sensation in the abdomen. How do we care for the alimentary canal? We can care for our alimentary canal or the digestive system by washing hands before eating food, chewing food properly before swallowing it, and washing hands after visiting a toilet or latrine. Eating well-cooked food. Avoid eating very hot or cold food. Having regular physical exercises, and having enough rest after eating. Brushing the teeth after eating are some of the ways we can care for the alimentary canal and have a healthy body. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Shareability. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please help us do that. It helps us to impact the future generation or the younger generation by enabling them acquire academic content. Thank you. God bless you.